screaming though? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Yeah. Me and Michelle get it. I didn't like that. If this demo doesn't do anything else, it shows that hot girls, hot guys, and demons are always going to be a good combination. Hello, my name is Exalclaw if you're new here. Hi. If you're not new here, welcome back. Today's demo is one that I learned about maybe not even a full 48 hours ago, and yet somehow has already made me excited for the full release at some point later this year, since the date is still TBD on when it comes out. Coming from an indie dev team of 2 called Alamo Games, Sorry We're Closed is a story-driven survival horror game that has you playing as Michelle, a should-be model who is still getting over a breakup from 3 years ago, but instead of giving over her ex, finds herself getting thrown into a Terran reality where she's fighting demons with the help of another stunning character, Robin. Now, the reason that this demo came to my attention at all is because it came on my scroll feed when I was on Blue Sky earlier. The graphics harkening back to an earlier area of gaming, plus the fixed angles, had me thinking to myself, hey, it's been a long time since I've traumatized myself. It's been a while since I've tried to put my hand at a horror game. Let me see what's going on with it. Actually, that's actually a lie. The first time I saw it, I thought it was just going to be like some very weird story-based type game, which it is. The horror element only became clear to me once I booted the game up, and I was like, we're about to play is Sorry We're Closed. It is a titled Nostalgic Single-Player Survival Horror. Also, despite the description that I just gave of the game, by far the best one you're going to get is the one given by the developers, who say, it's like if Silent Hill, Jet Set Radio, and Twin Peaks had a polygamous baby. So yeah. Now, as I give with all disclaimers for my demo videos, this is just a demo. We're here to figure out the vibes, not give like hard critiques, hard review. So many things about a game changes from the demo stage to the actual full release, sometimes for better, sometimes for worse. So for now, I'm just putting you on something that I think will be interesting once it comes out. Before even getting into how it plays, I want to talk about the thing that actually got me interested in the first place, the look of it. While the era is very much hitting that nostalgic trend that's been coming out with a lot of horror games recently, harkening back to earlier PS2 graphics, I love the way that it mixes in not just these PS2 graphics, but these really well-designed characters. Like, unironically, everyone is fashionable. Even his dumbass Daryl looks good, and he's just wearing pants. The tattoo is doing a lot for him. It does a good job of not only being somehow vibrant, but not forgetting the edge that's kind of constantly underlying the whole experience. Not just because it's a horror game, but just because of the way that characters talk to each other. Clearly, this game is very interested in not only scaring you, but like making you laugh at moments and being witty. Because outside of the on-point fashion sense, this game has also very sharp dialogue in its short runtime. You get a good job of understanding the character's general vibes. You're not getting anything too deep story-wise here, outside the knowledge that Michelle is still getting over a breakup from 3 years ago. But from what you see of the 4 people, not including some of the ghosts you run into as you're, actually in the demon world, you start to see what their character's going to be like. You start to understand who's who. You're starting to understand the tropes they're leaning into and the ways they're trying to diverge from it. And it's interesting. It's cute. And I want to actually learn more about these characters and see how much buffoonery they actually do get up to. But enough about the style of this thing. Let's actually talk about how it plays. By far, the most impressive thing this demo pulls off is maintaining the tension and underlying creep factor that survival horror games are known for. There's never a single point in time that once things ramp up do I feel at ease. I will make a clarification as that I was never fully terrified, and I'll explain to why later, but for now it does meet that baseline of, oh, I'm scared. And it's because of the way it uses this third person and first person perspective shift. So the interesting thing about the mechanic in this game is this third eye thing that you will see here in a moment. And what that allows you to do, as so nicely described by the wonderful Robin, is that it allows you to see things in the demon world that most humans wouldn't be able to see, and that's going to be your X factor. That's going to be the reason you get out of this hellhole in the first place. And while it's wonderful for things like environmental puzzles and making looking at the environment longer than you might think at first really fun, since just switching between demon mode and not will give you 2 different text boxes and 2 different things to look at. Its most interesting use here for me is the way it plays into the action. Because see, when you're in third person mode, the only thing you can actually do in third person mode is run around and explore and interact with things. You can't actually attack in third person mode. You have to shift into this first person perspective to pull off attacks. And that alone I find to be very interesting because it feels like it adds an extra sense of responsibility in it, like it puts you further into the experience, changing the playing field. You have to take on the fears and enemies head on. It never becomes too overwhelming in this demo because the one I guess somewhat con that I have with this is that just the enemies are slower paced. They're not coming at you fast or anything. There's not like a huge sense of tension, so it's still scary and still like you got to time things properly. But if you're looking for something that's like fast paced horror where things are like constantly running at you and not coming at you like a bit of a crawl, that might become a bit of a I wish they were faster. With that being said, as a design choice, I love it because you start again in these third person moments which have fixed camera angles and kind of have almost a cinematic approach to the way that they're taking a look at your character in moments. Sometimes the camera will be tracking you, sometimes the camera's just going to be far away from you as you're exploring the depths of these hallways or big open train stations. It adds a sense of tension and smallness to your character and almost highlights your vulnerability and how much you contrast with the general surrounding too. Because again, that pink outfit is hard to not look at, but it certainly looks out of place when everything around you is bloody, red, and decrepit. Not to mention the corners. Corners, corners, corners. It's not a horror game if you don't have corners, I guess. This game will make you feel claustrophobic is what I'm getting at. And it's done on purpose, and it's done pretty well. It's really smooth how the tension is never broken when you go from the third person to the first person perspective here, because not only is it that your first person just has a different sense of feeling to it of like, oh well, I can't really see my back anymore, so things are a little bit scarier, but also this game has a very high risk high reward scenario in which if you let an enemy come into your personal space, the overall sphere of your third eye, you can actually attack the heart that they have, and that's the only part of their body that you can actually hit. So while you are having the chance of getting rid of an enemy sooner, like the example I'll use here is that when you're fighting one of the rats that come up to you, if you're not using your third eye, it takes like 3 pistol shots to hit them, or 3 axe hits. But if you let them come into your third eye sphere, third eye radius bubble thing, and give 1 hit to the heart, they go away immediately. But yeah, aside that third person to first person shift in the way that the action plays into that, it's also just fun using the third eye for the environmental puzzles. There's nothing too crazy in the demo right now, pretty straightforward, but it's a fun way to look at the environment differently. There's little tales and different stories even within this small demo that you can see by playing around with the third eye in these environments. Outside of those environments, the sound design in this is pretty cool. Like the example that I'll use here is during the stream, there was one moment where I entered a room and immediately I'm hearing footsteps from somewhere. What the hell is that noise? Not a new mechanic, but one that's a cliche for a reason, because the minute I entered that room, I'm on edge. I know something in there, but because I don't have omnipresent see all around me vision at the moment, I'm fixed to a camera angle, I can't see it yet. So the fear factor is just being ramped up for me before I even actually see what the issue is. And the actual issue was not necessarily a terribly scary guy, scary in the sense that you can't kill him like the other ones, or it like the other ones, but still slow, still manageable. But golly, letting this thing get close to you to get these hits off, ugh. I will say though, it's very fun to see his body basically start hitting Vogue movements every single time I shot him. Like that was nice. The last pro that I'll say about this is I really want to see more about the villain in this case. Like the villain is so mysterious, so somehow enthralling in the short amount of time that they're on screen. It reminds me a lot of him from the Powerpuff Girls, like an air of danger, an air of allure, very hard to understand. And frankly speaking, the only thing that it feels like they want you to understand is the fear that they put into your body anytime they come on screen. Like that's the vibe that the big bad here has so far, the one that gives you your third eye, and that seems to be it seems to be having another deal with this corporate exec who's going around murdering people and stealing money to give to said demon. Like it's crazy. Boom! Oh shit, oh shit, oh sh... What the... Why? Oh Jesus. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And like I said earlier, the action in this is pretty slow paced, which again is actually reminiscent of the era that it's harking back to. So that doesn't mean that it's not challenging. Like I still got hit and lost health while playing this, make no mistake. I never died. I gotta run around it, don't I? I just died. That's so stupid on my part. But like it still wasn't like a full run, like clean run, never had to use the health bottles. But if you were looking for something that you want to be more fast paced, where the enemies are kind of coming at you harder, coming at you a bit stronger, the demo's just not going to do that. Which, again, I'm not saying that's how that'll translate to the full game. This is just a demo, so maybe the focus here was just showing off this pretty cool mechanic. But if you did want something that was faster paced, you could probably skip the demo for now and just like wait until the release comes out, because it is a very short demo, and apparently this game is going to come out in 2024, so you won't have to wait for long. And I'm definitely going to cover it now because this was really fun for me. But definitely seems more creepy than it does fast-paced crawly. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today with this demo. If you check out the demo, come back here, share a comment about how you liked it, what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it. If you liked what I said here, leave a like. If you like what I've been saying recently, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones. Ciao.